Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for being a part of Vote Common Good. My name is Doug Padgett, the Executive Director of Vote Common Good. And we've been putting together these videos for the last 7 days, suggesting ways that we can build resilience during the Trump years. And this is resilience that's important for our communities, in our own lives, in our families, so that at the end of the Trump administration, we are prepared to thrive as a nation, to thrive as people, for our spirits to be enlivened, to not be beaten down. And that is a tough prospect because we have seen already in only 2 weeks of the Trump administration, all the destruction and pain that has come, all the uncertainty, all the wondering, all people around the country and around the world not knowing what the United States is going to do. These are difficult times, and we have to build that resilience. So thank you for being a part of these videos and for everyone who's left your comments on your own suggestions. And in the coming months and years, as we put out encouragements like this, we're going to use your input. So please continue to let us know the way that you're building resilience. It means a lot to us, and we're glad to share it. This final installment on our first week after we were doing daily resilience encouragements is one that might sound a little bit cheesy to you, frankly. I'm a little nervous about saying it because you might think, oh, that sounds so cliche. But sometimes cliches become cliches because they're true. And this is one of those. We need you to be you. There's a lot of pressure in our lives, in our world, especially in times of crisis like this, to look around and see what other people are doing, or to think that our own contributions and impulses and reactions and ways of being aren't the thing that's going to be useful. We can kind of get tired of ourselves and the same old thing we always have to offer. And it's easy to start thinking, maybe I should behave the way that person does, that if I bring energy of let's find a way to fix it and somebody else brings sorrow, you start to wonder to yourself, perhaps maybe I should lean more into sorrow. Or if you're somebody who gets frustrated and mad, you find somebody else who's finding joy and creativity and you think that's so positive, maybe I should be like that. And look, it's wonderful for us to look around and see all the ways that people are and to honor those and to respect them and to love them and to even admire them. But most importantly, we need you to be you. To double down on that cliche, if you're not busy being you, then nobody else is. And then we all miss out on what you have to offer. So figure out what it is that you have, what you do, the way you respond. And look, if you want to develop some new capacities and some new ways of being and some new ways of interacting, I totally get that. I mean, I upended my entire life after Trump's first election to the presidency and spent my time trying to encourage faith voters who wanted to detach themselves from the Republican agenda to do so. So I get it. You might look at your life and think, well, the me I have been isn't the me I'm going to be in the future because I need to do something different about this. I understand that path. And if that's yours, then follow it because that's what you should do. But if that's not your path and you need to stay the course, then stay the course. If you need to create something new because that's what your heart's calling you to do, then follow that. It can be so ever tempting to always find some other way to be, some other way to interact, some other version of what it means to be you than the one that really fits you. So I'll encourage you. Find your contribution and be the very best of you. Because that's the thing we wouldn't have if you're not doing it. That's the unique contribution, is the thing that you have to offer. So thank you for being a part of this. At Vote Common Good, we're going to do the best to offer what we can. If you already follow us on our YouTube channel, thank you. If you haven't yet, we'd love for you to do that. We're trying to help the algorithm on YouTube know what we do, so that more people like you can find it. So if you're willing to follow our channel and engage with our videos, I'll tell you what, it just helps. I mean, that's something you could do. If you're somebody who's thinking, what could I do? That's actually something you could do. Find the kinds of channels on YouTube, including ours, and engage with them, because then it tells the algorithm that people like you like things like we put out, and then they share it with others. That's just how it works. I don't totally understand it, but that's how it works. And if you're not on our email list, we'd love to stay in touch with you. It's how we're funded, by people making donations, and our email is the primary source of that. So you can go to votecommongood.com and get on the email list there. And it's also a place where you'll find lots of other resources and keep up with what we're doing. So thank you for being a part of all the work that we're up to. Thank you for being you. and love yourself. And when you can, love one another. Thanks for being a part of all this. Good night.